Hello, good morning, and welcome to another video, and welcome to what is going to be an announcement as to what I'm training for next. And if you make sure to hit subscribe down below, then you can join for the journey. I'm excited about this one, and I'm hoping that you will be too. But before I announce that, I am actually waiting on an email confirming the final stages of exactly what is going on, which is due to arrive today. So you're going to be joining me, so you can see what a double training day is looking like, what a day of shenanigans with the boys is looking like, and ultimately, we're going to see what I'm training for next, subject to receiving a specific email. This is our gym headquarters. Office is just through there. And the only real thing to update you on since last video on this is that because blossom trees be blossoming, we're getting a whole load of them coming through the roller shutter over there, which needs addressed. Other than that, there's not a huge amount. We need to get a few more attachments for this Nexus rack from Black Box so that we have some assistance work that can come off this and we can make this as functional as possible. We finally found a cleaning solution for the floor that works. I've brought in a second bench from home, brought in a few more weights from home, a few more weights on here from home. We have some calibrated plates for any deadlifts over sort of 240, stone loading platform, semi-strongman area. We've got 130 and 150 kilogram set of Atlas stones on the way. We have some Omnia stones in development, which means that we won't need the Dinny pins for any of that stuff. And you know, there's the elephant in the room, the very conventional piece of gym equipment taking commercial gyms all over the world by storm, the skateboarding mini ramp. So that's that. That is the children in us that just will not die. We have a new treadmill on the way. We've got some turbo trainers to get set up, and we've got some other bits and bobs to arrive as well. But in simple terms, we did round one of getting the office fully functional so we could just crack on with day-to-day business, training, etc. And now we're at the point where we've kind of settled into that rhythm and we're looking to get all the last bits to really own this space, get branding up on this big empty wall here, etc. and then really go from there. So what I'm gonna do now is head through to the office, talk you through what the rest of the day is going to look like. We've got a track session later on, and then I will talk you through, subject to receiving an email, what I'm training for. Let's go. Hello, Fergus of the future here, reflecting on the past, which is the footage you can see on screen just now. And this is a good old-fashioned bro session with the boys, upper body focused, and we are joined by Tom McClure, who has joined Omnia as our in-house nutrition lead, and is up with us for a few days of onboarding, talking through some key things and basically just kicking about with the team. Shenanigans, effectively. So I had bench press and some assistance work. Other people had similar things. We actually spent quite a lot of time working on a few simple cues that Tom could focus on to just get some more power out of his bench. Johnny spent a lot of time just really talking him through some cues that he's used from a coaching perspective over the years. But it was actually just really good to get a bit of a bigger group training first thing in the morning. Our calendars have been a bit all over the place, which means that through there we haven't necessarily been training together as much as we'd like, so the energy was just really high and it was good fun to get together and do exactly that. Great session overall, and for me just about getting back into the swing of things and upping my frequency again with my weight training as that tailed off a little bit towards the end of my 250 kilometer prep, and amidst my recovery from it I've sort of been going with the flow a little bit and just sort of training 5, maybe 6 days a week across all disciplines rather than sort of stacking double days like I normally would. So that is that. Why don't we touch base in the office? Okay, training done, shower done, and getting changed done. Just gone 8 in the morning, 8:30 till 9:30. Johnny and Tom are gonna be doing a podcast through there. I'm gonna be getting on with some programming, WhatsApp and email communications. We're then gonna come together at 9:30 till 10:30 to go through a whole load of the in-house nutrition offering that we're gonna be developing for Omnia, because with Tom joining us as nutrition lead, we're trying to bring everything in-house under one roof effectively, which gives us more ownership, more control over the content, and really just optimizing everything for everybody, which is going to be great. From 10:30 to 11, we'll probably have a coffee break as a team. 11 till midday, we're having a bit of a round table outdoors. Not outdoors, out of that door, indoors with everybody in the building, just so we can go through some ideas about a few changes that we're going to be making to a specific product that we aim to roll out sort of tail end of summer, which is going to be a huge project and a very exciting one. Speaking of huge projects, I have a call at midday with George, who's at the agency that's looking after our website migration as we're migrating from Squarespace over to Shopify, and that is going to be the bane of my life for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And then at 1, I will have my lunch. I'm normally a bang on midday lunch kind of guy, but it'd be a bit rude to jump on a meeting nailing my, I think it's chicken sausage sandwich thins today, actually. Thank you, Erin. She made them for me last night. I normally make my own lunch, but I'm very pleased that I didn't, because I probably wouldn't have made these sandwiches quite as delicious as they will be. Anyway, so not to get distracted, 1:30 till 3, I'm gonna just crack on with some admin. I have a long, comprehensive email to get back to Tim at Training Peaks On, as we have some exciting things in development there, and then just any emails or WhatsApps outstanding, and then we're gonna head to the track. But I thought the only thing that I'd do before I see you at the track is highlight the fact that I've changed the layout of my own office within the office, and I brought in some shelving units from the house, which are quite barren at the moment, I must admit, a little bit soulless, desolate, and straitjacket inducing in some ways, but at least I added a splash of colour by accidentally putting on this panel the wrong way around. It was Erin. It wasn't Erin, it was me. So got something on order to make that look a little bit more aesthetic, but yeah, you win some, you lose some. Let's see who's winning and who's losing at the track. And we are at the track with the boys. We have Jamie, Johnny and Tom all here to send it a little bit, but relatively speaking, because I've not done much speed work at all since the 250k. Jamie hasn't done much since he paced me to a sub 5 minute mile in October last year. Johnny has an injured ankle from a 3-day multi-stage ultra, and Tom has just come off the back of a 12-hour ultra endurance effort at the end of the wintering as part of Omnia's intake. So we're probably not in our prime track setup, but we're going to give it our best shot. And I have 4 by 1200 meters today at a progressive pace, just going to start to ease and get into a bit of a feel of turning my legs over, increasing that power after the 250k, and looking forward to what will soon be revealed as my next event. So I am going to get warmed up, and then I'm going to hit 4 by 1200 meters at a progressive pace. Okay, so first 1200, just under 4 minute per K pace, feeling pretty smooth to be honest. There's a lack of power in my ligaments, tendons and stride in general. Yes, rep number 1, 2 minutes rest between efforts, 4 by 200 meters. First one, just under 4 minute per K. I'm probably gonna go 350, 340, and then I might go full bore 330, or at that point I might scale it back a little bit, depending on how I'm feeling. But today's really about fun and just getting a feel for pacing before, as is soon to be announced, we go full send towards something, which is exciting. Enough of this, I'm gonna carry on. Excellent, all right, lap 2 at 4:30 per 1200, so just under 350 per K. You can hear it in my breath a bit more. It's funny because it's not long ago that this sort of pace should feel quite smooth, steady, sort of 10k pace. In reality, it was about 6-7 months ago when that was the case, but it feels so familiar being back here, which was a huge part of my prep for the 500 pound deadlift and mile, all within 5 minutes. Video of me falling just short of that on the screen somewhere just now, but yeah, I definitely feel like lungs versus legs, which is normally the other way around, but also there's just no power in areas where I'm almost expecting power. It's like I've gone from a V8 to a V6 without a turbocharger. So excited to rebuild. Good to be back at track, good to be with the boys, and I'm going to stop talking to you so I can get my breath back. Thanks. Definitely feeling it now. It's quite wild how quickly I can feel fatigue and lack of conditioning build up. Makes perfect sense with specific training, to be fair, but yeah, it's just odd to see the pace of my watch versus how it feels, which is, again, completely a product of the training for the past 6-7 months, but 335 pace, that 1200, and that's as far as I'm going to push effort-wise today. So next one in 48 seconds. Sorry, missed the baton. Change over the imaginary baton. Next rep's going to be a bit cruisier, still at sort of threshold pace, but crazy to think that my last 5k time trial at sort of similar body weight was the pace I've just done for a 1200 there that's cooked me. So you're coming along for the training process, let's have some fun. Okay, 4 by 1200 done. 355, 348, 335, and then the last one was about 354. Just work to be done, which is exciting, but yeah, definitely deconditioned to that. So from here we build. Lactate heart rate threshold test soon come. I think that's enough for me talking on the track. Let's head back to the office. Okay, positive track session, enjoyable track session. Won't be needing This, I have the email, however, it is inconclusive as there are a few details still to iron out, but for me personally, we're all systems go. And by all systems go, I mean that we are, can you hear that drum roll with the mic? Going to be training for a best effort marathon. For the first time ever, I have never actually done a best effort marathon in a race setting. I have done one marathon for time in 2020 with my brother, 3 hours and 70 minutes, coming off the back of best effort mile and then working towards a bit more of a half marathon focused prep. So this is going to be my first ever marathon specific prep. If you're new around here, or you might watch the channel and not be aware, the way that I make my training decisions is based on what gets me excited and buzzing to train when I wake up in the morning. Otherwise, I don't really see much point in doing it. I am, at the end of the day, a recreational athlete. Whilst yes, I built a YouTube channel, a business and a kind of existence around it, it's still a huge part of what I want to do on a day-to-day basis. So if it isn't fulfilling and rewarding for me personally, what's the point? So the point of this one is to really test my limits and push what is a well understood distance, a popular distance, and something that's kind of been itching the back of my mind for the past 4 or 5 months. I've really enjoyed elements of the prep for the 250, but I've missed elements of the speedier work that I did last summer. And what's really drawing me to this is amidst such a busy period with the business, loads of stuff happening in here and loads of stuff happening out there in the rest of the world, we've got a busy year ahead where knowing that I don't need specialist equipment, specialist terrain, and I can just take a pair of running shoes, heart rate monitor and a watch and get on with it is really exciting to me. It means that I can connect with more of you in different locations because road running is probably the most easy access for a lot of us. And what is most exciting is that Loch Ness Marathon, Sunday, the 29th of September, the race that I will be taking part in, we might even have a way that we can get some of you guys involved. But those are the details that we're waiting for a last update on that I was hoping to have today, but we aren't yet there. So Sunday, 29th of November, Loch Ness Marathon, potentially with a hybrid twist, who knows? You know what I'm like. But I'm really excited to take this on. I'm really excited to have you guys with me along for the ride. It's great to get back on the track with the boys and just feel that energy and get some pacier stuff moving again. I know I'll make some quick progress based on just that power development that I'm missing from the ultra prep, but then it's anyone's game as to the development that comes next. Marathon specific training block, going to be taking a lot of elements of the strength and marathon that we have over on Omnia's website and work towards sub 3 hours. I'm not going to be hubristic and believe I've got it in the bag because that's an easy mistake to make. Sub 3 is something to be respected, taken very, very seriously, and I will do exactly that. Would I like to run sub 3 at the end of September? Absolutely. Am I going to give it my all in my training prep? Absolutely. Are we going to see what happens as I document the journey for you to come along? Yes, we are. So I guess here we go. Let's party. Marathon prep time, my first ever marathon focused training block for my first ever, essentially, best effort, brackets, with preparation, marathon. Have a drink every time I say marathon in this video and you might end up on the floor. Comment with your thoughts, feelings, suggestions, excitement, or if you've got a marathon or any other event coming up over the summer. I'm excited to share this journey with you and would love to hear about what you're doing down below. And make sure that you've hit subscribe so that you can join us for the journey. We are actually planning on increasing the frequency of videos to 6 a month rather than 1 a week, and having a bit more ad hoc, camera in my face, running shoes in my hand, being able to access all of this stuff without having to have a camera crew hanging out the back of a car means that this could be an exciting summer for us all. I'm rambling at this point. Thank you very much. Double salute. Goodbye.